It's your girl, Robin L.
Hello with the Jello. Hello.
Hello. And as you can see, unfortunately, our girl Brandy D couldn't be with us this evening, but we're going to hold it down. We have a very special episode for you tonight. We'll be paying homage to the recent passing of all the hip hop legends. So stay tuned.
It's the throwback song. It's the throwback song. It's the throwback song. It's the throwback. It's the throwback song. It's the throwback song. It's the throwback song.
So, hey, everybody, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Rea Davis, the one and only world-renowned hip-hop guru, music journalist. Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
Yes, thank you for joining us for this very special episode. As you know, we have lost not one, not two, but three within a short span of time, hip-hop legends. So tonight we're just going to talk about the impact of DMX, Black Rob, Shock G, just paying homage and just going in on their career, legacy, and all that good stuff. So, Kello, I'll let you go ahead and take the floor.
Okay, so I want to know, what were your first memories of any of them? I remember mine. I want to know what your first memories was.
So my first memories, oh my God. So I was MTV, BET, VH1, radio kid. Every CD had to have it. I just love taking the album inserts out. So even though I was so young, I still have such vivid memories because what was kind of cool, my mom was in media too, but I wasn't really looking at her. I wasn't trying to emulate her. I was trying to emulate the people on the TV, Rachel, AJ Free, Donnie Simpson.
Right.
Yes.
I was like, you cannot tell me, AJ and Free get about it here. I'm not going to be that.
So, okay. We here.
I just remember having all the posters on the wall and, just so thankful that Shock G, and Digital Underground, Tupac is my favorite rapper. Just, so just being instrumental. Hello. Just being instrumental, with the breakout single, I Get Around. And, Shock G always is like, I put the keys behind Tupac and I'm proud of that.
Yes.
DMX, oh my God, just having the posters of DMX on my wall. People know, it's all funny because people know, I love Diddy since I was a little girl. I love Tupac.
Oh, yes.
So, Black Rob, just that whole era, Bad Boy. DMX is a cultural legend and icon. People aren't doing it like DMX. So even though they say the 90s was a special time, I feel like in our childhood, I just remember just being deeply immersed and in love with music.
Right.
So everything DMX did, from the concerts to his energy, to his growl, to his
everything,
his delivery, his unique voice. Remember we had unique voices in hip hop?
Right.
So I just remember as a kid having the posters on my wall and just oh my God, who is doing the numbers that DMX is doing?
I know.
Also being a successful actor who's dropping
everything,
multi-platinum #1 albums in the same year, who's doing that, performing at
Woodstock,
that. So
yes,
and we were saying whoa for everything. Rest in peace.
We were.
Rob.
I couldn't wait to get to the club. I was like, wait,
whoa.
And then Shock G is a true musician,
right?
And I love musicians. So the way he broke down and studied R&B and hip hop is the way I break down and study everything. But he's an actual musician.
That was deep.
So just his creativity and then his alter ego, and then had people debating if it was two different people. He was so creative and so unique. So I would say my early memories are childhood.
Yeah, same for me. I was really young, especially with Shock G. So, I just remember, like you say, seeing him in the I Get Around video. And I mean, just, knowing the history between him and Tupac and, being that stage for Tupac to really showcase who he was and then step out and become a force to reckon with was just wow. Yes. And I mean, DMX, what can we
Man.
say? I mean, you can go on and on, just seeing the impact that he left, and everybody having all these great things to say about him. I mean, from his, like you said, his voice, his energy, his
Right.
energy was everything. When you
Good.
see him perform, there's no way that you cannot feel what that man is saying. Like, if you don't, you need to check your pulse.
I keep
You
using
know.
DMX on my workout playlist, okay?
Okay. I mean, and like you guys, like Black Rob, like you said, just that being like this anthem, this party anthem, like, whoa,
Right.
like till this day, if you're like in our age range when that come
Right.
on, you tell me you're not gonna get hyped. You gonna get hyped.
I went to the Bad Boy reunion and they
Yes.
brought him out. Oh
Yes.
my God. I felt
Loved
like
it.
a kid again at home watching videos. Couldn't
Man,
wait to get to the club. I was like, his energy was crazy. And this was just a few years ago.
I've been to a million concerts from childhood to adulthood.
Right.
And Bad Boy reunion is still like one of my favorite, if not the favorite concert, because usually I'll like sit down if it's not like a song or artist I don't want to hear, but I feel like I was standing on my feet the entire
whole
time.
time.
We did Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta for 7 years, so now I'm in LA.
yes.
Okay.
But the Atlanta show was really good. The California shows, New York. We didn't get it like New York because New York got DMX, New York got Nas,
Man,
Yeah.
New York got Jay-Z,
Yeah,
New York got
everybody.
everybody. We didn't get it like New York, but
Mhm.
Atlanta still did really, really good. And what was cool about Atlanta is we got Black Rob,
Okay.
we got Jodeci, we
Y'all
got
got Jodeci.
Atlanta
I went
had-
in Houston. They did bring out DMX.
You-
They did bring
we
out
got
Black
Bad
Rob.
Called
Boy
Vegas. Yeah, DMX
Atlanta
came
got
out
Bad Boy
Vegas.
South, so we had Jeezy, Boys in the Hood, Gorilla Zoe, Young
Okay.
Job.
Man.
So
Live. Oh, we need another concert like that, y'all.
Girl,
We
Yes.
need yeah, come on. We need another one,
telling you.
especially after this.
yes,
That one music fest, that was my first time experiencing that last year.
Oh my
And
God.
it was so crazy. Like, you should have seen how many people out there, how DMX moved the crowd. Like, you could have swore it was
Yes.
like 8. Like, it was so many people out there. And that was like my first experience meeting him. And I always thought he was just, all bark. So I was scared when I was approaching him. He was so, he was like, oh no, you good, baby, you good. Like, I didn't want to, upset the dog. Like,
Right. You didn't
but
know
his
what you was
energy
gonna
was
get.
I didn't even know he smiled. I was like, DMX smiling.
Yes. I mean, that was just so crazy. And I mean, they will be greatly missed. Now, Rea, like, where were you when you heard the news of DMX passing, and what was your reaction? I know we were all praying for him to pull through, but then when we finally got that news, because there was having all kind of speculations ahead of the time, of the official announcement. So where were you when you heard, like, it's real, like it's, he's really gone?
I think I was here at home because I haven't gone. Even I used to be like, I am a really, really outside person, but for the last year, I have not by design because I'm not trying to be around these people and I'm not trying to.
I know, honey.
I think I was at home, but it's just so heartbreaking. All you can do is pray and pray and pray and pray and pray because whenever you hear overdose, it's always really, really scary. And as we prayed as days went on, it was just a little bit nerve-wracking and surreal because when they kept saying his brain activity wasn't improving. So I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist, but I'm still kind of like,
right.
I've seen God make a way out of no way. I've seen God turn it around in the midnight hour. So I'm just like, we won't know until we know. So
right.
It's still surreal. Like, I watched to celebrate. I was going to go. I was going to fly out to New York, but I was kind of like, I haven't been traveling really much in the pandemic. And I knew I was probably going to be even more emotional. So I was going to go to New York for the Celebration of Life. And I watched Celebration of Life on YouTube, and I watched BET streamed his homegoing ceremony, and it's still surreal.
It is
very much surreal. It's like DMX is gone. I'm so glad he felt the love. I'm so glad he got his flowers while he was here.
Yes.
I'm so glad he had so much success. I'm so glad he knew God in the way he did. And he was so transparent. Everybody has their struggles and everybody goes through things, but he had just inspired and touched so many. And I'm so glad he got to do verses. Like,
yes.
That wasn't that something?
That was my favorite one. I think that was my favorite one. Because him and Snoop are definitely like one of my favorite artists. So
yeah, and they had a good time. It was there was a vibe, brotherly love. It was just everything. And like you said, he got to do that right before. So it was like, yes, thank you. At least we have that and a lot of other things, to keep and cherish his memory. And he got to really live that out. So definitely.
And his interview a couple months ago with the Drink Champs, you know, he said, if I was to drop dead right now, at least something to the extent of, I know I lived a good life.
That was so eerie.
It was very eerie. And I'm just glad he still knew that though. Like,
yes.
Wow. I just
Deep.
feel for the kids. Most of the kids are so young, you know?
Deep. I know.
But you know what?
Even,
everybody that was close to him, even though they said they were going to miss him, everybody said the same thing. Like, I know he's in peace now. I know that's not an easy thing to accept, but they was like, he spent most of his life suffering, you know?
Right.
That's so true.
So that's
and
the only
it
bright
really
side
is.
to it.
That really touched me because a lot of people do have these inner demons,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of people you see them successful, but you don't know what they're really dealing with. You don't know what they're battling. So it's like just to know that he was dealing with these inner demons. He still was close with the Lord, but he still had these inner demons that he was battling. And, you know, so you really have to like take that to heart. It really touched me. I was, you know, more emotional, I think, for him more than anything. It was almost like when we lost the lead. I was like, oh my God.
Right.
You know, it was hard.
I was like, I kept every 5 seconds like, what? Like, we really lost DMX?
It
like,
was sad. It was sad.
Was so surreal. Like, and the Rough Riders, all those people came out, you know, for the procession to the Barclays Center. Like, wow.
Yes.
It's
he
crazy.
felt the love. He definitely felt the love.
How do y'all feel? Why do y'all feel that like each of these artists like had such a profound impact?
I think that's it's nothing like the 90s. Let's start there. Like, I really wish, I'm so grateful that I feel like I'm biased with the last generation to actually be exposed to real music. Like, it was our childhood. I'm so grateful for that.
True.
I always wish I could have been older. I always wish I could have been a teenager or in my 20s and the 90s.
Look.
Could have been a
we would have been in those videos, parties, everything.
all of it.
Girl, I would have been finding Tupac.
The access that I've had as an adult, like to be able to be a music journalist and be in the scene, be in the classic golden era of the 90s. You know, the time they came out where raw talent was a like prerequisite for getting in the game. Individuality was celebrated. Like, and then their different sounds. Like, oh my God, we got West Coast, we got New York.
Right.
But, you know, just the unique sound and like studying their craft. And like Def Jam tweeted a quote from DMX, and it was like, they were basically asking him how he felt to have 2 #1 albums in the same year. And he was like, I felt fucking vindicated because I know I was dope. And I was like, yes.
Okay.
Like, that quote just stuck with me. Like, they all brought their own uniqueness and rawness to the music.
Yes.
Right.
And let's get into some of their trends, you know, some of the trends, influences that each has left behind, like especially DMX, like even recently, or maybe like a couple of years ago, they had the social media challenge where you put your different looks. Oh,
Yes,
girl, you know, just thinking of that, you know, it was crazy.
I mean, he was versatile too. He,
Right.
you know, he did collaborations with the R&B artists. His music, all of their music is timeless. And we don't see a lot of artists making timeless music anymore.
No.
Very diverse, like, fan base. Like, when you see the crowds, it's like completely mixed. Like, everybody goes crazy for him.
Oh yeah.
Very.
And look, I was so happy, y'all, that somebody finally said my name in the song. I couldn't believe it. Look, it might have been what these, you know, want, but I was like, I take it.
Yeah, he could have said Robin. He could have said Robin.
Like,
He was
take
going
it.
to
I never
full
hear Kelly
name.
in the song. It's always Shaniqua, Brenda, Keisha, Tamika.
I mean, that was dope though. I mean, every female was like, you know, okay, let me hear it. By 3 Kims. All the Kims, I know they were like, whoop. So that was dope. I mean, so just to know that was in the early 2000s, and then like recently that made its way to social media. And so, you know, the younger generation, they really got a chance to like, okay, let me check this out. Let me take part in this. And, you know, even us, the old heads, we the old heads now, y'all, sorry. You know, I even participated in it, so.
But you know what? I feel like even some of the younger generation, like a lot of them, they sampling the 90s music. You know, when we were younger, they probably sampled the 70s and the 80s. Like, they know what's up. They know what's up.
As long as they do it right, though, because that's one thing. I don't want to turn on the radio and I hear like, I'm getting ready to jam and then it's some BS. No, if you're going to sample it and do a remix, do it right.
Please do it right.
You got to do it right.
I cannot stand a bad sample. Oh my goodness.
Horrible.
Disappointing.
It's so disrespectful. Some stuff should be left
Disrespectful.
alone. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh yeah, leave it alone.
Some people do good. When they do good, I'm like, okay, I can start with the old and make my way to the new.
Right.
But when they mess it up, it's just like, oof.
Like, oh Lord.
Ain't no coming back from that.
Right. So, like, what impact do you feel? Like, how should I say this? What did you take from them, and then what do you feel like their legacy left? Like you personally.
I'm from the South, so I'm a true Southern girl. So I always say my true loves or anybody from the South, any part in New York.
In New York.
In New York. Mostly it's been Brooklyn, but I'll take all of New York. So just being a kid and that raw energy and the different types of sounds that were cranked out from New York
right
in the 90s. So that's when I think about Black Rob, but just think about that second wave of like bad boy energy, like in the videos and the remixes and just so New York, and DMX is so New York. But DMX, I took from him just the humanity, the transparency.
Yes.
We all go through things behind closed doors, and can't nobody pray like DMX. And I feel like he's a prophet, and I feel like he was put here to impact others and to change the world. And we just saw him go through so much, but he's just so talented. He's so human. And
right.
All those people who knew him, they were so giving. So, I mean, they say he was so giving. It was like he would give the shirt off his back, how he loved his fans. They would say they would be out places and a fan would recognize him and he would move the tables over so they could celebrate with him. And the amazing Jesse Collins told a story about DMX and Swiss Beats performance at one of the BET Hip Hop Awards, how it came about and how he ran into some fans on the way to the arena and let them come to rehearsal. So
wow,
I think it's his down to earth way, how he loved life, how he loved music, how he loved God. It was all relatable. And I think for Shock G, his wittiness, his charisma, like his humor, he was a character.
Right.
Oh, yes.
I think we appreciated the individuality and the delivery and the cadence and the energy. And he brought so much. And then I'm always going to be a fan of true musicians.
Right.
And he is a true musician and a true student and professor of the game. So he was always learning and studying and perfecting, but he was always studying too, I feel like.
Right.
Yes.
It's crazy because the entire time I always thought he was from the Bay.
I think he is.
I just found out that originally he was born in New York. Then he stayed and he grew up in Florida and then he moved like to the Bay. Like I think it's in the late 80s or something.
I didn't know that.
Me either.
Wow.
So I'm like, it makes sense. He's been around. Just like Tupac moved around. So it's like, they get their different take, their different
diversity.
Music, so.
Yeah, guys. So with that being said, we definitely have to show our legends love while they are here. Like the love and respect, even the younger generation, like respect those who came before you and paved the way. You can learn a lot. So, just take away from that. And, when you're gone, your legacy is going to speak for itself.
Yes. That's so true.
Yeah. So Kello, you gonna lead us in prayer? We're gonna send some prayers out because I know you're the praying sister. I was waiting for you to jump in and give us some prayer because who's better than prayer than you? You got this.
Look, Lord, forgive me for that shot. He didn't say I took a little while ago.
Okay.
My nerves are bad, but nah.
It's all good. Nothing wrong with the Henny.
I just want to say, thank you, Lord, for Shock G, for DMX, for Black Rob, for them, contributing, for us being able to experience them, and not just them as an artist, like you said, them as a person. They were people. They inspired people. They motivated people. I know in my childhood, them and along with others, they made me want to, be more and, go after my dreams and my goals. Like you said, I was that same kid watching videos, getting all the CDs.
Yes.
I'm watching all behind the music. So I'm practicing with my brush in the mirror, like it's gonna be one day. I pray for their souls, I pray for their families, and we just want to say thank you.
Yes, thank you. And prayers out to the family. Stay strong. Just know that their legacies are going to carry on, and we send love and prayers to you.
Right. Before we thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
It was such a pleasure.
Before you go, if you have like 2 minutes, we want to ask you a couple little questions just to get your input, and it's going to be really quick.
So at the Throwback Zone, we like to play a little game.
Say,
just a little something. So we ain't gonna make it too hard on you. I already know you a G like me. So a lot of this stuff you already be knowing. So we switched it up for you. I ain't gonna do multiple choice for you because I know you was gonna know all the answers.
It's gonna be this or that. You gonna choose.
So this was gonna be this or that, just your preference. And so this edition is 90s hip hop. I'm sorry, this edition is hip hop. So 90s hip hop or 2000s hip hop?
Ooh, 90s. I love some stuff that came out in 2000s, but
right, but it still ain't hitting like that 90s.
That's right. Not quite.
Okay, so which label had the most juice? Bad Boy or Death Row?
So hard. Ooh,
I know.
Okay. This is hard.
It is.
I really want to say a tie, but I'm gonna have to go with Bad Boy.
Right.
I love Death Row. I love Pac. I love Dre. I love Snoop. I love the West Coast. I'm gonna have to go. It's just that, just the feeling that the Bad Boy music,
right.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
With the R&B and everything. Yeah,
everything.
Hip hop, R&B, the whole genre.
And so I was equally in love with Diddy and Tupac, but I'm gonna go with Bad Boy.
Okay.
Okay. How's it going down, or what these bees want?
Oh, that's hard. Oh my God, y'all making it so hard. Oh my goodness.
That's gonna be good.
That's a tie. Here's why. Because can I cuss or no?
You can.
Do your thing.
What these bitches want is so classic. I still cannot understand how he remember all them names. I would never be able to remember all them names.
Girl.
So being Cisco, singing his little heart out. It's just so classic. How it's going down is like it's smooth and it's
hip hop story.
Like the ladies. The song is a trip. The lyrics are a trip, but it's the vibe and the face
and the video, everything.
Yeah, it tells a story of this little ghetto love thing they got going on.
Faith Evans was not in the video.
Because the original version she wasn't on.
She wasn't on, right? But they should be on the video. I get so mad. Like I feel like you can't find her version on streaming. Like
I know it's hard these days. Sometimes I just gotta go on over to YouTube,
Right.
That's it.
Right.
But girl, them lyrics is crazy. I was telling my friend the other day, I say sometimes when you get older and you start really
I was like, wait.
I was
the person who listened to lyrics back then too, but every now I was like really like as a kid, I was like, wait a minute. But now sometimes I wasn't listening to it, like, y'all are crazy.
Like, you want me to go take food? What? We gonna do
when you digest these lyrics, you be like, excuse me?
What happened? Like, whoa.
Right. Okay. 2 of America's Most Wanted or California Love?
Oh, okay. Like, this is tough. Okay. So 2 of America's Most Wanted was hard. I'm so indecisive. I'm a Gemini child. So I be wanting everything. I
like a Libra.
I be wanting everything. So 2 of America's Most Wanted was so hard. I love it. I'm gonna go with California Love because to this day, when it's played, it just makes me feel kind of way. I see my baby Pac in the video.
And the little part shake.
Yes.
Girl, like I was 10 years old.
Roger Troutman, rest in peace. Yeah. Like Pac, rest in peace.
And you're gonna stop in your track as soon as it drops. California.
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
Like, it's just funky.
A vibe.
Oh, goodness.
He broke out of jail with that one.
Like to this day.
Right. So the last one, Big Papa or One More Chance?
Ooh.
Both the vibe.
Favorite. So I'm just biased. One More Chance. I could be out Like I could be out at any event, and you know when they do their 90 set and they do their bad boy set,
Yes.
I think I'm in the video. I
wanted to be in there so bad.
let me tell you something so crazy. I always wanted to be older back then. And of course, but that's one of the videos I wish I could have been at.
What?
Chris Brown
The
and
cameos.
Chris Brown and Christian Combs, they did the video theme for their songs together. And I was even mad about that. Like, dang, I wish I know about everything else. I was like, could I have just known
me?
Right.
about that one so I could I love reenactments. I love themes. But I love like even I was at one of Puff's parties, and just when they play it, that song just does it makes me so happy.
Mm-hmm. It's your little
yeah, it's just a whole vibe. Like
yes.
The video
we're gonna have
perfect,
to do that. We're gonna have to do some recreating and everything. We're gonna have to do that on our own.
Look, y'all, I'm ready. You know I'm down. I stay down.
All the cameos and
everything. Cameos. And I mean, they did that a lot back then. Everybody would go and show love. You would have Aaliyah, Lil Kim. You would have all the R&B groups. I mean, like, just a vibe.
Everybody in that video. Everybody.
Y'all don't even understand. We're gonna have to do something and make that happen and bring that back. Because I was
right.
my whole life for this.
Back. Bring it back. Well, sis, I know you gotta go, so we're not gonna hold you up too much longer. But thank you for stopping by the TBZ show. Yes, anytime, come back. We love the way you break things down when it comes to this music scene. You're a beast at what you do, and much love.
For you. Thank you.
Look, when this pandemic over, we're gonna have to make something work, okay? Because we all on the same page with it.
Little naughty party, something.
We had to. I would have been in Atlanta a million times over. I haven't been since last year, but I'm like, I just been so like nervous, like cautious right now.
Right.
Yeah, because nothing ever closed here, so you already know.
Right, nothing. Atlanta never closed. Oh my god. When I was there last year, I had my mask on. They was looking at me like I was crazy. I was like,
why you got a mask on? We don't wear that down here.
I gotta go.
At first, I wouldn't even go to the store. Like I was locked up for almost a whole year. Then I was just like, I just gotta move with precaution when I do go. Have to go somewhere.
I was like, I gotta get out the house. I'm just homeschooling. I'm up in here just being mommy 24/7. I'm like, I gotta get out the house.
I've been in the house most of the year.
It's all good. We staying safe. We're gonna be blessed. We thank God for our health. We thank God we're hopefully almost through this and get back to the parties, get back to having fun, the red carpets.
Yes.
Man, because Zoom does no justice. It's not the same. I'm like, man, okay, I won't complain about having to stand up and wait for 6 hours.
I know, right?
For the award show to start. I won't complain again.
Even though I miss it, this little break has been lit.
Oh yeah.
All you gotta do is get dressed from the chest up and be in the living room.
Okay, that's it. Shoot. Don't have to worry about the heat. Don't have to worry about being too cold. None of that.
All of that.
So thank you again, sis.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate having you.
Have a good night.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Kello with the Jello. Hello. Make sure you follow the Throwback Zone on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. See y'all next time.